rocking and rolling. And for anybody that doesn't know or that isn't aware, again, my name is Leon Moody, 27-year-old future billionaire coming straight at you out of St. Louis, Missouri. All right, again, a very interesting place. A lot of different things go on, right? You can live in any part of the city, right? And it's starting to be a lot more prevalent over the world, but you can live in any part of the city here, right, and hear gunshots all night. All right. And so, with me, understanding and gaining a level of consciousness, I realize how important it is to help everyone become aware of just the power of ourselves. All right. So, right, when we say consciousness, right, we're talking about the fact of awareness by the mind of itself and the world. All right. So, a lot of people are intellectual or intelligent, right? However, they're a little bit completely lost on what's going on in the world and what's really important, right? And it may not be their fault, right? But it is their responsibility, or I take it as my responsibility now to spread the knowledge that I've gained to help, a lot of people become aware and raise their level of consciousness, okay? So kind of hitting to what Trish said earlier, actually, when she said that what you say can make you pay, and what you speak can make you weak, right? But I want to tap into how, like, the world, it moves with motiveless necessity. All right, motiveless necessity. What that means is that it has no motive of its own, right? The world doesn't have a motive. The earth doesn't have a motive. The sky doesn't have a motive towards your life. It doesn't, right? It is under the necessity of you manifesting your concept. What does that mean? Necessity is like a need, right? That's something that you have to have. What does that mean to you? With the world having motiveless necessity and only operating out of you manifesting your concept, the world needs you. That's what that means. The world needs you, right? Your family needs you. To do what? To manifest your concept. Whatever your dream is, whatever your goal is, the world needs that, right? So, when we kind of sit in our little corner, or we sit in our bubble and we don't open up, right? We're hiding our own talents and we're depriving the world. All right, I touched on that last week, but it's so important, right? So what we have to understand is that, right, we can accept or reject certain things, okay, through our consciousness. All right. The power of awareness is the concern and the well-informed interest in a particular situation of development. All right. So I want us to be a lot more aware of our vibrations. All right. So yeah, there are going to be some days where we don't feel the best. Right. But our feelings are just the understanding of our own vibrations. Right. So if we're having a rough day, it might be because our vibrations are a little low. Right? Maybe we didn't get to pour into ourselves this morning, right? Or maybe we don't have a routine where we pour into ourselves at all. I'm not gonna lie, like if I forget to read before my feet touch the floor, it's not that it necessarily means it's gonna be a bad day, but I can tell that my vibration isn't as high. I'm not as happy just naturally. I'm not as joyful. I'm not expressing it as much, right? So what's the way that we can raise our vibration, right? The type of music that we listen to, right? So if you ever had like a plant, like I worked in an area with a lot of plants, I'm gonna just put it like that. And the energy in the room is consumed by the plants. We're a molecular being, so the energy in our own environment can affect our energy as well. All right. So if you control the environment, you control your vibration. Our whole body is just a frequency, y'all, from head to toe. We just a frequency, like the radio. Y'all remember the walkie-talkies back in the day? You trying to talk to your friend that's down the street or your cousin that's in the other room, but y'all on different frequencies. All you hear is static. It's just like that in real life. Who are you surrounding yourself with? Are they spreading beneficial knowledge? Are they helping you raise your vibration? Are they helping you increase your frequency? So we got to understand that our level of frequency has to rise to our desires. With that being said, our desires start to come to us. All right. And a lot of us, because we're unaware of our own power, are afraid to put ourselves on the limb. When you step out on the limb, y'all, you allow yourself to grow. When you challenge yourself, right, you raise your consciousness. Okay, so again, I'm not here to say that money is extremely important, right? But it is. It's not the most important thing in the world. It's not more important than your faith, right? It's not more important than your family, right? But it can change your family's life. See, some of us don't even know that money is just an idea. The physical paper, it's just an idea, y'all. We have to be aware, like, did anyone know that there's hundreds of millions of dollars, right, transferred from Japan to New York on a nightly basis? It's a vibration. People don't even touch it, and it's transferred. It's an idea, right? So when we raise our vibrations through things like music, right, things like reading, right, putting ourselves in uncomfortable situations that force us to grow. Right? I was blessed enough to be able to live in Australia. Again, I speak on that a lot just because of the impact that it had on my life. Seeing different things, being in a situation where nobody looked like me or walked and talked like me. Right? I didn't have to change who I was, but I had to adapt to the environment. The environment was so majestic that it naturally raised my vibration. It naturally raised my consciousness. Okay, so that transfer of money it's important because of money being an idea. All right, so excuse me. The first cause, right, of an idea, if the first cause of the idea is light, all of the evolution, all of the fruits of it must also be light. Right? So you remember when we was little, they said, follow your first mind. Right? See, consciousness is the first cause. All right? But we have to be aware, right, of whether we're living in the objective world or the subjective world. All right? I'll break that down a little bit. The objective world is what we see in the physical. What objects are right here in front of us. Right? But the subjective world is what we would like to create. All right? That's the subjective world. So when you're living in the objective world, right, things that can hint to the objective world are things like a lack mindset. I only have this. I've never had this, so I can't have that. However, when we start to live, right, and create the environment that we want around us, it's like you can teleport. I'm not gonna say master. I just discovered this when I was in LA. I was sitting on the balcony, right, of the Airbnb, and it was in Hollywood, and I'm looking into the Hollywood Hills, and it was this house. I'm talking about. Obviously, if you ever been to LA, you know the houses are huge in Hollywood Hills. This house had like 3 stories, 4 stories. I could see it from I don't even know how many miles away. I'm about to paint the picture for y'all. It was the whole side of the house was glass. I could see into the house from I don't know how far away it was far. I could see into it. So I learned that I could teleport 2 ways. I was sitting on the balcony, looking at myself in my future house, the one that somebody else is in physically, But I placed myself there subjectively. I placed myself in that house, looking back at myself on the balcony. So in other words, I was visualizing the visualization, subjective world. I teleported there. I took myself to that house. I walked around it. I created what it looked like right here. Now it has no choice but to come to me. It's already mine. Right? So I took it, I realized like, okay, I took myself there, but I want to go to another level. So I sat on the balcony. This was maybe 2 days later. I was there for a while, 2 days later, and I brought the house to me. I transported the house. How did I do that? I started to feel, I built the glass windows, from ceiling to the floor. I built it around me. I built the living room in my subjective world. All right. So we have that type of power, y'all. Right. And I want us to be aware of that. Okay. So again, consciousness is like the arrangement of your mind. Right. And your mind is always deranged in the image of what you believe and consent as true. That house literally came into my consciousness because I believed and I arranged the image in my head of me in the house. Now, I don't have all the answers. That's not what I'm saying. But I know for a fact that this is how that house will come to me in the next 5 years. Right? So we have the power to block out anything that we don't want to accept. We can reject that. However, we have to raise our level of consciousness and our vibrations. So when there's energy flowing to and through us, y'all, it's coming to us and through us. But you can reject the negative energy, right? Yes, it may require you to sacrifice some relationships with people. It may require you to only talk to someone you love for 2 minutes. And as soon as they mention something negative, hey, I'm going to call you back. Right? And they might try to make you feel bad about that. And that's okay. You can be selfish with yourself sometimes. Now, I'm not saying be selfish with material things. I'm not saying be selfish with money, because we can only receive what we give anyway. Right? But until we build up that consciousness to where we can block out all the negative energy, we must protect ourselves. We must control the environment that we are in. I got homies from when I was in preschool, y'all. I can't make this up. And if he called me, which his level of consciousness is pretty high as well, right? But if he called me, he know he can't call me on no negative nothing. Right? Find a way to word it differently, bro. All right? So I want us to understand that again, right? When you raise your vibrations, good ideas start to come to you. You start to work and get miraculous results. You start to put out magnificent energy. Simply because your whole body is aligned and feeling good. Right? You ever been walking down the street and you just see a millionaire? You're like, man, you can just tell. Facts, B. Shout out to B, man. Shout out to B, y'all. All right. So if you think about it, right, life is really like a free-flowing river. It's a free-flowing river. Right? Yeah, we can control and schedule our plans, but we don't have really total control over what goes on. Challenges are gonna come. Left, right, middle, north, south, east, west. Challenges are gonna be there. Right? However, we can control how many we face and how we face them. Right? So we got to understand that anything in life can be manifested. Health, wealth, beauty, genius. They aren't created, right? They're simply manifested in your concept. Now, a higher level of consciousness cannot come to us, y'all. It can't come to us. We got to rise ourselves to the higher level of consciousness, right? And what does that allow us to do? That allows us to build more stately mansions. That allows us to build more stately mansions, y'all. Again, right? What does your environment look like? What's the energy like in the room? Do you ever switch up the music that we listen to? Do you say, you know what? I'm tired of hearing about this. Let me put some jazz on. Right? Let me turn some feel good. That's why I got Earth, Wind, and Fire. If you don't feel good when you listen to Earth, Wind, and Fire, you definitely got to raise your level of consciousness and awareness. I'm just saying. All right? So honestly, everything in life is about awareness. All right? The difference between a person that makes $100,000 a year and the person that makes $100,000 a month is the awareness that they can make $100,000 a month, and figuring out how to become aware to make $100,000 a month. All right. Again, I'm not saying money is everything, but it can eliminate some challenges. All right. So your reaction to certain situations, right, that can inform you on where your level of consciousness and where your vibration is. Right. I figured out how to control my emotions through experience, not even just my own experience. Because sometimes we got to realize how blessed we truly are. Right? Every single one of us that's on this line are blessed to even be on the line. It's people that can't simply just pick up the phone, y'all. I'm just putting it into perspective. Right? I'm blessed because I was able to have like 3 grandmas. Really like 4. And it helped me realize like how important the love really is. So don't be afraid to love yourself, right? Don't take yourself for granted. You spent however many years of your life, however many seconds is in that many years with yourself, right? Love yourself. Increase your level of awareness, right? Raise your consciousness, all right? So again, we have to be able to build more stately mansions, right? Control your environment. All right. Tap into things that challenge you on a daily basis. All right. Real quick, anybody feel like sharing what they love to do in the chat box? Do you even know what you love to do? Honestly. Right? Because doing what we love to do on a daily basis, that's what we're meant to be. That's what we're meant to do. That's why we are here. Spend time with your kids. That is amazing. That's amazing. Wow. We got some powerful people on this line, y'all. Right? She love to make people feel good through their skin. Man, I appreciate y'all so much. Right? So now, okay, you realize what you love to do, right? Cook, hey, you shouldn't have told me that. You should have told me that. But, right? You realize what you love to do, okay? So now, think about how you feel while you're doing that. Just think about how you feel right while you're doing that. It feels good right now. You feel like you're doing it right now, except for Ryan. You doing what you love right now. You cooking. Right? Think about how good it feels when you're doing it. When I was playing football, I didn't get to play for 4 years, y'all. I didn't get to play. Why? because I wasn't aware. After college, I didn't play for 4 years. Opportunity popped, boom, you get to go play in Australia. What? But I realized I manifested it. I was like 50 pounds overweight. And the way that I lost weight at a rapid pace was in a sauna, right, with like 3 layers of clothes on. I'm in the sauna, I got a hoodie on, 2, 3 dry fits, and sweatpants. Working out in the sauna. The owner of the gym like, Leon, you crazy. People call me crazy a lot. That's just because my vision is so huge, and I'm okay with that. Call me crazy. Because maybe, inside, maybe me being crazy is going to bring all my desires to me. Maybe me being crazy going to retire my mama. Maybe me being crazy going to require my little sister to never have to work a job in their life. So don't be afraid to say your affirmations in front of people. Don't be afraid to look different or weird. That's just supernatural. Because the people that are calling you that, they don't have the level of awareness that you have. Right? So, again, it is extremely easy to think negatively sometimes. It's definitely easier than thinking positive. But just like you exercise your muscles, right? Fit Life with G, right? Just like you help people feel good in their skin, I want to help people feel good in their mind. Right? So understand the power that you hold as the individual on this line. All right? So I want you to make a decision, right? Make a decision that you're going to raise your vibrations on a daily basis. What's one way to do that I personally do it? I write my goals down with my left hand. I'm right-handed. Every day. It's getting a little better too. Right? But make a decision that you're going to speak more positively to yourself. All right? So we have to make sure that our thoughts, right, are not giving us objective results, or that our thoughts are not controlled by the objective world. All right? See, a paradigm shift is not easy at all. If it was, everybody would do it at the blink of an eye. But the way we speak can accelerate the shift. Right? You ever said, as soon as I get some money, I'm going to do this. As soon as Monday hit, I'm going to go on a diet. As soon as this or that, woo, woo, wah. What y'all know about woo, woo, wah? Right? That's just a preference, y'all. That's not a real decision. That's relying on something else. See, when it's a decision, when it's a desire, all you need is you and God. But to get started, all you need is you. See, when you say as soon as this, it's like you waiting on motivation to take action. When in reality, action drives motivation. Yeah, I know sometimes the hardest part is getting started. I know. But that action is going to drive the motivation. Think about it, right? You think everybody that go to the gym at 4 a.m. want to really go to the gym at 4 a.m.? What you waiting on? The invitation? It's there. What you waiting on is waiting on you. Sheesh. What you waiting on is waiting on you, however you want to look at that. That house that I want is waiting on me. I ain't waiting on it though, but yeah, I get my point. Right? So, you know, you can build more stately mansions right here. All right. So who are you learning from? All right. Are you listening to people that don't have results that you have, or not even pursuing the results that you have? Okay. So we have to remember that we have to have high octane thoughts. Yeah. See, your paradigm shift can shift the whole world. You as the individual, you made one decision to change one action, and that action changed the world. Now I know the world is huge. I know there's a lot of people in the world, and I can't change everybody. Actually, I can't change anyone. But we can make people aware and conscious of the power that they have. And I truly believe that will impact the world. All right. So again, raise your vibrations, right? Listen to good music when you are in the rut or when you are having a rough day, right? Speak positively to yourself. So when you wake up or before you go to sleep, either way, regardless of how much sleep you're going to get, because there's some nights where we get 2, 3, 4 hours of sleep, right? Maybe none. But we got to be grateful for what we do get. So instead of saying, man, I would be so tired in the morning when I wake up, just say, whew, I'm so happy and grateful I get 2 hours of sleep. It's probably going to be the best 2 hours of sleep you ever had. All right. So again, listening to good music, all right? Challenging yourself on a daily basis. Try new foods. Even trying new foods raise your vibrations because it's a change, and change equals growth. All right. So remember, good music, beneficial information that forces creative thinking in your mind. Challenge yourself. Write down your goals every day. And every day walk around as if you're the most successful person in the whole entire world. As selfish as that sounds, when you do that, the petty and miscellaneous instances, right, will no longer be able to affect your internal peace. All right. Again, my name is Leon Moody, 27-year-old future billionaire from St. Louis, Missouri. I am super happy and super grateful that you took the time out to open up your ears, open up your minds, and open up your heart. All right. That's my time. Much love, light, peace, and blessings to everybody on the call, to everybody listening to this, to everybody in the world. All right. I love y'all. That's all I got. Y'all be easy. Thanks, B.